Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Cinderella Phenomenon Evermore, and we are just picking up where we left off at the end of the ball. So later, the group of us stand by the palace gates for the final goodbye of the night. Well, it's been fun, but we ought to get back. We have lessons tomorrow. Waltz yawns. I'm sure the students are going to be more energetic than both of us combined tomorrow. Which is why we should be getting back. We're in charge of setting a good example. Delora faces us with a smile. But the sleeplessness will be worth it. I can't believe you proposed in front of all those people.
Oh, Delora, stop teasing!
Parfait beams at us.
We really are so happy for you both.
Thank you. Rod looks away, embarrassed. Delora sidles closer to me. She leans close enough to whisper. I still remember the bossy princess turned maid I accompanied around in the palace. You've grown so much since then. I'm proud of you, Spacey. Even teasing as they are, I can tell the words are sincere. Thank you for everything, Delora. We watch everyone walk back into the darkened town until we can see them no more. And then... It was nice to catch up with everyone, but is there a reason that grumpy kid wasn't here? I know who he means immediately. Oh, Cinna, the heir to the Lucius? Rod shrugs. I don't remember him from the other game, but they keep mentioning him like I'm supposed to fucking remember. Was he in the other one? I don't know. He received an invitation, same as everyone else. I shake my head with a sigh. He's very temperamental. I think I'm going to need to befriend him before he decides to grace us with his presence. Temperamental? Sounds like a certain princess I know. Rod scowls. Says the most temperamental, overdramatic prince in this world. I'm terribly offended. I cross my arms. Never mind, Cinna. You and Lance will be staying with us for the next 2 days, correct? Claude nods. I figure I may as well take a break from my duties while I can. You mean the duties you always run from? Must you insist on being so rude? I laugh. Regardless of why you're here, this will be nice for Emmeline too. She and Prince Lance can spend some time together. And what of me? Has no one missed my company? I miss your company, Claude. Before Rod can say anything snarky, I nudge him and speak for myself. No, it's good to have you here, Claude. Just don't expect us to spend that much time with you. I know. I suppose I'd just be unwanted company now that you two are engaged. What's that supposed to mean? Nothing. Nothing at all. Claude tips his head. Tonight was fun, but it's getting late, so I shall excuse myself. Good night, darlings. Claude excuses himself with a little bow, and Rod and I return to the palace shortly after. Rod and I walk through the hallways hand in hand. Everything's quiet until Rod mumbles something beneath his breath. I look at him, curious. What was that? I just remembered something I was going to bring up earlier. Oh? I happened to overhear a conversation you were having with some noblewomen earlier. You were eavesdropping. You were talking about me. I was really happy to hear you thought I was hardworking. That goes without saying. Still, it means a lot to hear you say it, because everything I do, you do for me. Yes, I know, and I'll always be grateful. There's no need for that. I do it because I want to. He leans forward to kiss my lips. But thank you, Spacey. We both pause as we come to my bedroom door. Normally this is where we part ways. Now neither of us moves. I know it's late, but I'd like to spend more time with you. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. He suddenly looks embarrassed or nervous. Me too. Perhaps we can take a stroll through the garden or stay with me tonight. Girl! How is that the wrong answer? Stay with me tonight. It's the wrong answer, but okay. We'll see. He would fucking fall over if we said that, I guarantee. But I asked what you wanted to do. And now I'm asking you. Relationships are give and take after all. I don't care what we do. I just want to spend more time with you. I want to catch up for all the lost time. He looks sad. Then come spend time with me in my room. Are you sure? I look at him quizzically. Yes, it's just my room, not some hidden secret chamber. I nudge him playfully as I open the door. He's like, you know what happens? She's like, nothing has to. Jesus Christ. Mind out of the gutter. Yeah, we're going to play chess. I call in servants to make some warm tea for us and set it down on the table when it arrives. Rod looks uncharacteristically nervous. I notice he glances everywhere but at my bed. Look at you being all presumptuous. Just wanted to play a nice game of fucking Scrabble. Jesus. No, but serious, Scrabble sucks. This shouldn't be so awkward. I decide to break the silence. So, how are your sword practices going? I shake my head when Rod startles. You didn't think I'd forget, did you? No, there's just been so much on my mind I forgot. He picks up his teacup and gingerly sips at the steaming liquid inside. And they're going well. Not so well I'd want to challenge anyone to a sword fight, but I'm getting better at least. He looks at me seriously. Someday, I'll be able to protect you. Rod, I have magic. I can protect myself. Also, good at sword fighting. Decent, anyway. Didn't we learn it all? Or maybe that was only in Claude's route we learned. But anyway. I know, but I don't. And I want us to be able to protect each other. He exhales softly. I mean, it is important for him. Like, I need to feel like I can at least protect myself. True. I'm sorry again for keeping those practices a secret. I just wanted to surprise you. How am I meant to celebrate your successes if I don't know what you've been doing? Rod nods. That's a fair point, but I told you I wasn't going to keep any more secrets, and I mean it. I'll hold you to it. Maybe I'll even come watch you practice. Rod flushes. I wouldn't recommend that. The two of us continue to talk until our tea is depleted. By that time, my body is heavy with exhaustion, and all I want to do is sleep. It's late. I should go now. The moment Rod stands, I take his hand. Spacey, I'd like for you to stay with me tonight. Girl. He stares at me. I'd like to hold you tonight. She's like, no. I just want you to sleep here. Not sleep here, you know? The words make heat pool in the core of my stomach, but I continue speaking. I would just like to sleep next to you. It's been so long since I've seen you. I'm here to stay now. I know, but... Rod squeezes my hand with a gentle smile. I want to stay with you tonight and whenever you'll have me. And I'll do whatever you're comfortable with. He's getting all awkward. Whatever I'm comfortable with, I stand, and before he can react, pull him toward the bed. Girl. Spacey. I fall backwards. Rod topples over me. For a few minutes, the two of us lay there, staring at each other, feeling each other's rapid heartbeats through our palms. Okay, there cannot be any hanky-panky, because we did not get any hanky-panky in Karma's route, okay? I'm just saying. Keep it clean, bitches. Then, I kiss him. You can snuggle all you want, but we're keeping this shit clean, because that's not fair. A soft kiss at first, but then a deeper one. An intoxicating heat floods my body, and I let the feeling carry me away as Rod leans into me, trailing kisses down my lips to my collarbone. He pauses, breathless. I love you, Spacey. With all my heart. I love you too, Rod. After a time, all the kisses blur together. The last thing I'm aware of as I fall asleep is Rod's body curled around mine. Chapter 6. The news of our engagement spreads quickly. Now that we all know Rod and I will be married in the future. Oh. His lessons with the king and knights resume again in earnest. Now that we all know, because they knew, but I didn't. Okay, now it's we all. Okay. I was like, for some reason thinking like she was trying to say like, now that everyone know, like the village or the town, but it's not. It was we all, as in family. The two of us still have a long way to go before we're ready for marriage, but now, finally, the path is cleared, and I plan to enjoy every moment walking it with Rod. We have a bright future ahead of us, for Rod and I, but also for our kingdom. The vow. Is this where we get married? 4 months have passed since Rod proposed to me. Since then, the two of us have been working tirelessly to prepare ourselves for the future. Father doesn't plan on stepping down immediately after we marry, but I know the day is fast approaching, and I don't want to make Father wait. Today, Father and I are discussing scenarios I'll have to face as a ruler. This specific situation is a dispute between two parties. Okay, can I just, seriously, I don't know any shit about royal families and crap, okay, because, but, I mean, I guess a king or queen can be like, all right, no, I'm going to step down and just retire and leave it. But, the Queen of fucking England is like, bitch, I'm going to die and take this shit with me. She's not going anywhere. No, she's not she's 600 years old. She gets, she adds 100 years every time I think about it, okay? The woman's older than time. People have been born, lived their whole lives, died, and have great-grandchildren that are dead before this. I mean, she's, immortal. We know this, but, whatever. But she's not oh, hey, my son got married, and I'm, 40, and, I'll step down. Bitch is 800 years old. See what I'm saying? Every time. She keeps getting older. But, is that normal? Oh, Rod and I are going to get married, and then my father's going to step down. You'd be like, Father's no. I need you to be prepared if I suddenly die, but, I'm gonna, he's still young. I'm gonna let a 20-year-old run this shit when I've been doing this for, twice as long? I feel like that's weird. You should be no, if I die tomorrow, I need you to be prepared. But otherwise, when I'm getting a little old, yeah, I'm getting a little old. Probably a good time to, alright, you're the queen now, peace out, and retire, but, you are not. I mean, I guess if you a king, you're fucking, I'm 26, time to retire. But, I don't know. It seems weird. Oh, shit, my daughter got married, time to not be the king anymore. That's not how it works. It's weird. Anyway. This sort of thing happens frequently, most often between businessmen. Most will require an audience and ask for advice. He tilts his head. Tell me, as a just and unbiased ruler, what would your primary tactic be? Punch them both. First, I'd allow both parties to argue their side. If it was obvious which was the offending party, I'd offer a solution based on the laws which they would already know. And if it wasn't obvious? Then I'd seek the opinion of the council and call on witnesses to testify. Father looks at me for a long moment, his expression unreadable. I force myself not to waver as I stare back at him. And then he smiles, and I feel myself cave with relief. An excellent answer. So good. Thank God I didn't say I punched them both. I release a sigh I didn't realize I was holding. It must sound exasperated because Father laughs. You always have such a serious look on your face. Speak for yourself. I feel like I'm trying to prove myself in a courtroom during these lessons. Excellent. That's exactly the atmosphere I want these lessons to have. He leans forward. It's essential to master a neutral expression and to keep your emotions hidden from others. It's difficult to appear unbiased if one openly wears their emotions. He shakes his head. Truthfully, I think you already have that part down. Rod, on the other hand, he needs to learn to stop scowling. Rod is good at keeping secrets, but his scowl can be intimidating. You both have your strengths. I eye the crown on his head and sigh. As of right now, I can't imagine bearing its weight. But I still have much to learn. So do we all. Learning is an endeavor that never ends. Rod would scream if he heard you say that. He despises all the lessons. They are indeed one of the most frustrating parts of court life. Every time I become frustrated with my lessons, I think of the ones Ophelia and Emmeline were forced to take when they first came here. I remember the lessons I helped Emmeline with. I remember her perseverance. After that, I'm motivated again. It helps to know we're all suffering together. Misery loves company, as they say. The king stands, stretching his arm out before him. But it's also important to take a reprieve from that misery so we may face the next day with renewed motivation. You ought to go and rest now, Spacey. You've earned a break. Thank you, Father. I slide out of my chair. Thank you for... I think of his trust in me, of his acceptance, and happiness of my relationship with Rod. Thank you for everything. My father shakes his head. You owe me no gratitude, but I do owe you my thanks. I'm flabbergasted when he bows before me. What? You two trusted me with your secret, even when I didn't deserve to be trusted. Father... I'm speaking the truth, nothing more. You could have turned away from me, Spacey. You had every right to give up on me as your father. But you decided to give me a chance to rectify things, and for that, I'll always be grateful. He leans over to kiss my forehead. Good night, Spacey. I return his warm smile with one of my own. Good night, Father. I reach out to give him the briefest of hugs before curtsying and walking from the room. Rod's waiting for me outside. The moment I exit, he falls into stride beside me. How did your lesson go? It went well. I apologize for making you wait so long. You wait for me after horrendously long lessons, and I wait for you after horrendously long lessons. Seems only fair. Besides, I just got back from Em's room. And how did she like your gift? Well... A week ago, Emmeline had announced she was going to visit Brigantia for the first time. After officially receiving permission from the king to court Emmeline, Lance had started visiting monthly. That's so cute! So happy! He's come and gone 4 times already. On his most recent visit, he asked Emmeline to accompany him for a month-long visit to Brigantia. The moment Rod found out, he insisted he make her something that she could take with her to make her feel more at home. Sebi? Knowing how fond she was of Sebi, he came to me and asked if I could help him make a small plush toy for her. Rod's extremely earnest and does his best at everything, but... And you stitch the ears like this. Rod looks at me aghast. I don't understand. What don't you understand? Any of it? You can't even see the shape of the ears. Am I even doing this right? You're doing fine. You just need to tighten the stitches so the ears don't come off. But where even are the ears? You've been working on them this entire time. He really is helpless at this. When Rod continues to have difficulties pulling the thread through, I gently take the plush from him. Watch and learn. He flushes as I lean over his shoulder to work, carefully looping the thread a couple more times before I tie the knot. I continue working with him for the next 10 minutes, carefully guiding his hands through the stitches. There, all done. The disappointment is evident on his face when he holds up the plush. I can't wait to see this. It's terrible. It's nowhere near as cute as the plush you made me. To be fair, I have a lot more experience. Show us! I need to see this poor thing! And this was such a simple design. Rod sighs. It's literally just like I made a carrot! It really is terrible. Were you trying to make a potato? Because I bet it looks like a potato. It's not. Also, we're talking about Emmeline. She couldn't possibly dislike anything you give her. I need to see this. You have to show me. I think it's very cute. If you say so. He sets the plush down on the table with a sigh. Oh, I'm so sad they're not going to show us this ratchet-ass plush. She's only leaving for a month, you know. That's how it began with me too, you remember? I didn't think I'd be gone that long, but then the months passed and... His eyes flit to mine. This is actually kind of sad. Like, he just got back. He finally gets to be with his sister and his mom and then his sister's like, peace out. Aw. I made you wait for so long. That's all in the past. You're here now. That's what matters. I lean down to plant a kiss on his head. Besides, even if Emmeline does end up staying longer, I know she wouldn't fail to write letters letting us know when she'd be back. I said I was sorry about that. I know. I just like to see you blush. You were the worst. He turns his gaze to the plush toy. I just want Em to have this piece of home, no matter how long she's gone. I pat the little plush on the head. She's going to love it. I flash Rod a teasing smile. Will you make me a plush toy when we get married? Rod scowls. You deserve something much nicer than whatever this is, but I like potatoes. I pick up the small plush. I thought you liked challenges. Or are you afraid you'll never be as good as me? Rod narrows his eyes. Fine. Then I'll make something for you. Can never say no to one of your requests. What he means is that he'll never back away from a challenge. I'll never not find his determination inspiring. I lean over his shoulder and plant a kiss on his cheek. I'll look forward to it. Em had tears in her eyes when I gave it to her. First, I thought it was because the plush was so ugly it made her cry. I can't help my laughter. And that wasn't the case, was it? No, she kept telling me how much she adored it. I told you she would love it. I open the door to my bedroom when we arrive. Rod's expression crumples as we enter. Feels like so much is happening all at once with Emmeline. Things are moving so slowly on my end, with us. He looks crestfallen as he slides into my desk chair. I'm sorry you have to wait so long for our wedding. Where's this coming from? Emmeline's not getting married. No, but the two of them still feel like they're taking more active steps toward the future than I am. Rod, you know I'm not in a hurry. Also, Crown Prince kind of already been living like a princess for years. Like, you were kind of living like a prince, I guess, but you wanted to prove yourself differently, so you basically had to start over, and you know what I mean? Like, Emmeline probably, like, put her heart and soul into, like, I'm gonna learn how to be a princess, it'll be great, and Rod's like, I don't want this shit, and, like, you know what I mean? So she technically has a leg up on you, and, like, Lance doesn't have to, they're, like, almost on the same level here. You started over from the bottom and are trying to build yourself up, and you put more expectations on yourself than, say, Emmeline puts on herself or Lance puts on himself. So that's why you feel like you're further behind. You started over, so further behind than someone that's where they are, right? And again, the expectations you're putting on yourself. It's not like you're a slacker or a loser. It's just, you know what I mean? Realistic expectations, so. In fact, I'm glad we get to walk this path together without rushing. We're not lacking for time, and I want to enjoy the here and now. Yeah, it's not like we're 40. TikTok! We're like 20. Rod shakes his head. I'm so accustomed to worrying about the future. Strange to just focus on the present. But it's not unenjoyable. I'd hope not. I'd like to think I can make the present very enjoyable. Oh, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Every moment I spend with you is enjoyable. He pauses, suddenly looking thoughtful. After a few moments, he stands, expression suddenly somber. Plus, we just got engaged. It's only been 4 months. Simmer down. Actually, I've been thinking, if all we can ever control is the present, then... I'm sitting on the bed when Rod walks across the room to take my hand. Rod? I want to make my vow to you, here and now. This is a little unusual. Our whole love story has been a little unusual, don't you think? He holds out a hand. Can I have your ring? Our fingers brush as I hand him the ring, and flush as he kneels down before me. Why are you taking it back? I promised to make it better for our wedding, but I'd like to make a vow to you tonight as well. You're not allowed to tease me for this, okay? I nod, smiling. The game's not going to give me a choice, so... Rod gently takes my hand. He holds the ring in his other. Even though I know this isn't the real thing, not even a rehearsal, my heart trembles with anticipation. Spacey, I didn't know the meaning of true love until I met you. I'd never known what it meant to give someone my heart until we met. But now you have it. You have me in all my entirety. I want to stay by your side for the rest of our lives. Though our paths diverged in the past, I'll make sure they remain intertwined in the future. I never want to leave you alone. Not again. He takes a deep breath as he slides the ring onto my finger. My eyes are glistening with tears when he brings my hand to his lips and kisses my knuckles. I'll love you forever and always, Spacey. I grip his hand tightly, pull him towards me. I love you too, Rod, and I'll proudly proclaim it for the rest of the world to hear. Rod smiles. It's such a gentle, beautiful smile. No more secrets. Never again. Rod cups my cheek, brushing a straight tear from my eye as he presses his lips to mine, a seal to our promise. I pull Rod closer, closer, until we're lying together on the bed, our limbs entangled, my face pressed into his chest. I'll always love you, Rod, forever and always. I wake to bright morning sunlight seeping into my room. Wait, when did I fall asleep? I blink dazedly and try to return. Then I feel the arms around my waist and gasp. Good morning. Oh, at least we're wearing a slip. I thought we were wearing the L-shaped sheet there for a second. You know what I mean? Rod's voice is a sleepy mumble as he pulls me closer. We get shirtless once in a while. I can feel his bare chest through the thin fabric of my nightgown. My stomach is suddenly filled with butterflies. Like, when did we change? Right. Well, last night, Rod made his vow, and then we... Well, it somehow turned into this. Spacey, what? I can feel his smirk against my skin. Are you embarrassed? I am not! Rod laughs against my skin. He presses a soft kiss to the nape of my neck. I should sleep shirtless more often. It's nice to see you so flustered for a change. What, no complaints? Must I kiss you to get you to stop talking? Maybe that was my goal all along. I turn to face him and, as promised, press a kiss to his lips. Rod's returning kiss is sleepy, warm. He touches his forehead to mine and whispers softly, I love you, Spacey. I love you too. Rod nuzzles his face into my neck. I run my hands through his hair. I marvel, not for the first time, that we're finally here, together. Just for a little longer. Let's stay like this. I nod as I press my lips to his forehead. We have all the time in the world, Rod. Once, I wished I could live my life openly loving Rod. It turns out, with perseverance and hard work, the dream was more than possible. Games like Shoot for Your Dreams, people. And their love lasted forevermore. Night venture. Oh, hi. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Oh, there we go. I know technically we should have probably kept, like, watching it, but, like, look. Every single one of these is fucking copyrighted, and, like, I make 14 cents off my freaking videos, like, in a year, but I need that 14 cents, bitches, so, like, I'm not gonna put a song in here that's definitely copyrighted. Tried to turn down the music a little bit, hoping it would, like, negate it. Like, oh! But. Like, this channel costs me so much. Like, hemorrhaging. Like, seriously. Oh, God. All the games that we play. My God, I got a stockpile. Anyway. So this part was really short, but... Oh. Our first time seeing him in a while. Cute. The dance one. Like, Rod's story was good. He's not my favorite character, but, like, the story's good. Did none of these have, like... No, I guess they didn't have any, like... I thought some of them had... I thought in, like, Claude, some of them had different... You know what I mean? Like, two versions of the same CG? Like... But these don't seem to have those. No, you know what I mean? Like, they don't have... All of his just are just one. Why? Maybe I'm imagining things, but I thought... No, because, like, Claude's first one didn't it? Maybe I'm crazy. I must be crazy. I don't know. Like, I love... Oh, hi. I'd be like, we have to leave you with the shirtless one, but we did that after the best end, at the good ending in Claude's. So, like, do we do that, like, with that? Or, like, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to leave you with this one. Because you never know which one's going to come out of the good ending. It could be really great CG, or the other ones could be better. So we'll just decide then. You know? Maybe after the good one, we'll do, like, here's your proposal one again. Let's just pretend this happened now. But anyway, so this is a short part, but it is what it is. It's fine. And next time we will go through, we'll skip through, do all the good ending, and do all the extra choices and everything. So that'll be like a normal length part based on Claude's route. So yeah, I do like the flow of this one. I like that it's only like 4 hours for the main route, and then like an extra one to get the others. It's like it's nice because it's short, which is the way it should be. It's a fan disc. If it was like a full Otome game, it'd be weird if you didn't have like a common route and then like, you know what I mean? But I like the shortness because you got 5 guys and it's overall, it's still going to be like 25 hours, like roughly 20 to 25 hours. So it would take a lot less if I just read through or clicked. But even still, if I was reading it by myself, I'd be like reading it and then I'd be like stopping, thinking like whatever, you know? And sometimes I don't understand when people are like, oh, it took me like 12 hours to read this. I mean, I guess maybe you speed read, but like click, 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 click. You just click through it. Like you don't stop and think or like absorb things. Cause like, I mean, I don't know, but anyway, random mini rant. So yeah, I'll wrap this up here. I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up. and subscribe to see more.